Am I the asshole for being a little uncomfortable on contributing a lot of money for my brother's baby shower?
Edit. Wow, first off, thank you all so much for your responses. I honestly felt like such a bad sister with all this, but feeling so much better now. I took so many of your tips and suggestions, and had a conversation with my brother about setting my firm budget and what he can expect from me, and explained my situation. He was actually very understanding and apologized for any anxiety he caused me.
Hopefully he continues to be understanding. Thank you all so much. So quick facts: I, 30F, have a brother, 33M.
He and his husband, 34M, are in the process of adopting 2 babies from 2 different women. My brother makes about $95K and his husband makes about $80K, both are teachers in high-paying districts.
I am a single person and make about $60K, also a teacher, and I just bought a house last year. I do not get paid over the summer, and I am in 2 weddings coming up, which also takes a lot of money. My brother and his husband are understandably very excited and want to have a baby shower to help get stuff for possibly 2 babies. One baby is due September 26th and the other is October 15th.
Here is where things get a bit dicey. They, mostly my brother, wants to have a big fancy baby shower with possibly 100 guests or more. He said it will be like a mini wedding and even got into a fight with his mother-in-law about the cost of a venue and expecting them to shell out the money for it.
She called him spoiled and he got very offended.
Of course I want to help out as much as I can. I offered to make the invitations and to help organize stuff. But as I talked with my brother, I realized just how much he is expecting me and his sister-in-law, 31F, to contribute, since all the parents and themselves are paying over $6,500 for the venue, food, drink. From what I understand, he mentioned we would cover decorations, centerpieces, favors, setting up, doing the seating chart, which is reasonable. But then he started to mention a mini bottles of champagne for each person as a favor, a photo booth, and other extras like that, on top of a gift.
I was told I could get the other crib or bassinet since sister-in-law is getting one about $350.
When I said all of that is a lot of money, he said, "Just be glad I'm not asking you to contribute to paying for the venue like I was going to originally do. Of course I want to spoil my nieces and to help out as much as I can. And maybe it's that they just expect me to put out all this money without asking. I've also always been the money-conscious one and even helped bail my bother out of credit card debt a few years ago.
Just $3K and he did eventually pay me back. So am I the asshole?
Also, how much do siblings generally contribute towards a baby shower?
Not the asshole. No, no, no.
Your brother having children is not your financial burden, and a big fancy baby shower like this is absolutely ridiculous.
It is a baby shower, not a wedding.
He's using you all to throw himself a big lavish party, and sounds like the family have all crumbled to his whim.
You need to put in boundaries and explain what you are willing to spend, and nothing more. His mother-in-law is right, he is acting like a spoilt brat. Not the asshole. It's a world gone crazy, I tell ya. Since when are baby showers such huge, elaborate events?
Bye. Do what you can afford, want, and that's enough already.
Then thank your brother profusely for not asking you to contribute to the cost of the venue. Not
the asshole. Friends and family do usually host baby showers, but those are showers they plan and organize. Typically they are held in homes, church halls, expensive venue rental required. Your brother wants a massive party, which is his choice, but he then is responsible for paying.
Frankly, I think it is gauche, but to each his, her, their own. Not the asshole.
This is not a baby shower. This is not about either daughter. This is a daddy shower, because it sounds like daddy wants a fabulous, glamorous shower with him at the center. Tell him to cut his coat to suit his cloth.
Not the asshole.
He said it will be like a mini wedding and even got into a fight with his mother-in-law about the cost of a venue and expecting them to shell out the money for it. I stopped here and said not the asshole, and he's the and then I continued and further knew he's the
We can all spend thousands and stupid stuff, but as long as it's our money it's okay. Wanting others to spend their money on it is selfish and shows how little they value you and your time. Not the asshole. The normal amount to contribute is $0. $6,500 for a baby shower for people on teacher salaries is outrageous. WTF. That's more than 10% of your annual salary. That's more than you bring home in a month.
Pay anything over $100 now, then you are setting yourself up to pay for a whole bunch of shit later.
Am I the asshole for refusing to raise my brother's child for him? I need to provide a little context. I was adopted by the people I consider my real parents when I was 7. My biological father is my adopted mother's brother, and she adopted my sister and me from him because he's a nutjob. We were all raised with the knowledge that we were adopted.
If I'm being honest, the notion of adoption isn't really a thing in my culture, as biological parenthood is very important. Families will just take in a child from an incompetent relative and raise them alongside their own children, but the child is always aware of who their biological parents are. The biological parents are usually involved as well but aren't the child's primary guardians, and the child usually goes back to their biological parents once they're more stable. My younger brother, 17M, is a little shit and he got his ex-girlfriend pregnant. Furthermore, he cheated on her and she wants nothing to do with him. She figured out she was pregnant too late to get an abortion in our state and her parents won't let her travel to get one. She wants nothing to do with my brother and our family, and I can't blame the poor girl. Initially, my mother was going to take the baby and raise it, but obviously, considering how things are done in my culture, my mother was expecting my brother's ex to be involved.
Even when my mother promised that she'd let her sign over parental responsibility and move on, she just didn't seem genuine about it.
The ex-girlfriend decided to just speak to an adoption agency and adopt the baby out externally, which upset my mom, as you probably guessed why. Blood is very important to her.
My husband and I have been struggling to conceive, so I offered to take the baby.
But I explained that I would only do it if it was a real adoption, not like how my culture does it where I'd just be raising the baby for my brother.
I made it clear that the baby wasn't a toy to be passed around and that I wouldn't be giving the child back when my brother finally gets his crap together in 15 years. My brother's ex was happy with this arrangement and we've been in the process of getting paperwork started. Everyone in the family is pissed. They think I'm being unnecessarily difficult by going against our cultural conventions just because I'm infertile and want a baby. My mother thinks that I'm being selfish because I was basically raised in the way I'm refusing to raise this child in, and I'm being hypocritical. She thinks I should raise the kid with the knowledge of who their real parents are, which is something I'd share with them anyway when the time is right, and give my brother an opportunity to learn to be a father. I don't think I'm the asshole, but given the cultural perspective and the nature of my own upbringing, I'm starting to think I may be being a bit hypocritical. Not the asshole.
A child is not a toy to be passed around.
If little bro wanted to learn to be a parent, he can learn now.
Do not let them badger you into compromising on this.
It's a hill to die on, emo. The long-term effects of parental abandonment are magnified when a parent is lackadaisically involved, setting a child up for self-confidence and self-esteem issues along with a whole host of other problems. If he wants to parent, he learns how or allows someone who is equipped and prepared to do so to raise that child. What's best for him isn't what's best for baby. Sorry, not sorry. Not the asshole, and here's why. You have given the birth mother an option she is willing to consider.
This has nothing to do with your family's cultural traditions. The bio mother wants none of that. You are not being hypocritical. Your brother is too young, immature to step up now and be the parent this child will need. You have the opportunity and probably the means for the child to continue to be a part of its bio family, and that is wonderful. You're not being difficult for not wanting to invest your time, energy and money into raising a child as your own, only to have your brother suddenly decide they're in a good place to take them away from you.
Nope, the adoption process is what it is for reasons just like this. Good luck going forward. You're not the asshole. Sounds like you're doing what is best for the child. And if anyone knows how you do right by an adopted child, you would know.
My mother thinks that I'm being selfish.
No, you're being the opposite of selfish. She thinks I should give my brother an opportunity to learn to be a father. Your brother is willfully declining that opportunity.
Sure, he's young, but the child shouldn't have to live in some kind of limbo waiting for his donor to get his act together.
Not the asshole.
You would be adopting the child from an infant, not taking it into your family when it's older like you. Official adoption would give the child security, not worrying about being passed back on a whim to biological parent.
It could give you the state stability and security as well.
Seems like a wonderful opportunity.
I guess you know if your mother and other relatives would continue to harp on the stray from tradition in the years to come. Not the asshole.
You're offering this unwanted child a secure and loving future. You're keeping them in the family so they can know their biological family when they are ready. Your brother shouldn't just get to decide when he is ready to be a father. That time came and went when he got a woman pregnant. That all said, be prepared to have your family constantly interfere with your decision.
I wouldn't at all be surprised if they drop the bombshell that your brother is the bio father at the earliest possible stage, and try to encourage your child to want a relationship, custody with bio father. I'm not from a culture that holds that value to familial adoptions.
Doesn't seem like it's a bad or wrong thing.
I do think, however, that with things changing in the world, this type of familial adoption should be more on a case-by-case situation. What if your brother never gets his act together? Or what if he fakes it and takes the kid back? Going the legal route of adoption protects the child.
At the end of the day, it needs to be what is best for the child.
Which, from what was shared, seems to be a legal adoption, giving it a safe and secure home. Am I the asshole buying my stepdaughter a used bridesmaid dress? I'm getting married in December of this year.
I am bringing 2 daughters into this marriage. They're 8 and 12.
My fiancé has a daughter from a previous marriage as well, Kiki, 15. All 3 girls are in my wedding party, with Kiki as a bridesmaid. I'm letting all of my bridal party pick out their dresses, with the condition they're all the same color and within a certain budget. I'm also paying for all of them. Kiki sent me a link to the dress she liked and I thought it was pretty. I planned on ordering it once I had the other members of the wedding party sending me what they wanted. I was scrolling on Facebook one night and one of the buy-sell groups I'm a part of showed the dress that Kiki sent me. It was only used once in a wedding and is in perfect condition.
You can't even tell it was worn before.
It also so happened to be in her size. So,
I figured it'd be cheaper to buy this as it's a dress she'll likely also wear once and never again.
The dress new online is $200. The person was selling it for $50 and just wanted it gone. I've seen the dress in person. No stains, no smells. Truly a steal. So, I bought it.
When I told Kiki, she got mad and said she was the only one not getting a brand new dress.
I pointed out I'm still getting her new shoes,
accessories, again all of her choice. Have alterations done to the dress as needed. She'll have her hair and makeup done with us. If I found any other member of the bridal party's dress in a similar condition and cheaper price in a Facebook group or a thrift store, I'd buy it. As it is, I'm spending about $1,000 on dresses for the 5 members of my bridal party.
If I can save a little money, I will.
Kiki wants me to buy her the brand new dress.
I spoke with my fiancé and he agrees with me. We told Kiki if she wants the dress brand new, she can pay the difference. She's still upset with us. Other members of my husband's family feels I'm being a cheap ass and should just buy the dress new. Am I the asshole? You are the asshole. Your reasoning was totally sound. Weddings are expensive, so save where you can.
The dress you found is in like new condition and the correct size.
Like you said, a total steal. Too late now, but why did you inform Kiki you found it used?
Did she really need to know? She obviously feels singled out by her stepmom to be. Everyone else is getting a new dress, and she gets a used one. Then instead of seeing her position, you tell her she can pay $150 to get a new dress.
I get you are being practical,
but this isn't a great start to fostering a good relationship between you and Kiki.
You coldly disregarded her feeling excluded. Okay. I'm a thrifty person. My own wedding dress was also used, so I absolutely support that. However, in this particular situation, you're the asshole. You are blending families.
This child is already stressed out and worried about what is coming. This makes her feel less important than your daughters and makes her fear for what the future holds. That really sucks for her. Buy her the new dress or make sure you go and buy used dresses for your daughters.
Simple. Otherwise you're just singling her out as less than, and her father should really assess whether this marriage is right. Is $150 worth the relationship between you and your stepdaughter? If it is to you, then go ahead. People remember how you make them feel. She will remember for the rest of her life how shitty you make her feel.
And over $150?
Pissed. You are the asshole. You are thinking like an adult trying to save some money instead of a 15-year-old. I mean, you are leaning right into the Cinderella evil stepmother trope.
Giving your two girls new things and she gets used, good enough, thrifted clothes.
I get the urge to save some bucks, but you've made Kiki feel like she's less than, and that sucks and is a really crappy way to start a marriage in your step-parenting relationship. You are the asshole. You want your new stepdaughter to be excited for this wedding and to feel like she's part of the family? Then buy her a new dress.
You tipped the scales on the asshole behavior when you told her that she could pay the difference between a new and used dress. You told her she could get the dress she wanted within a certain budget, and then when she has selected and was excited about it, you decided that used was okay. Again, do you want her to be excited and welcoming?
Do you even want her to attend? Am I the asshole for refusing to give up my 31F parking space during my neighbor's 50 female business hours? I live in a duplex converted garage, main house. I am in the converted garage. We are both tenants. My neighbor, Susan, uses a portion of her house as a business. Our driveway has 2 parking spaces, one for each unit per our lease. Susan parks on the street giving her parking space to her clients, and I utilize my space. The entrance to the parking space is very small and on Susan's side.
So when she has clients come through, often than not, they block the entire driveway, almost blocking the whole sidewalk.
When this happens, I knock on her door or text requesting her customers move forward. I've been here since October and it hasn't been an issue until recently. She started the conversation with requesting me park on the street during her business hours so she doesn't have to police her clients. Her business hours are 12 to 6, Monday-Saturday. I work 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. I offered to park on the street Monday through Friday 9 to 5, but giving up one of my only days off is off the table. I also suggested signage to tell her clients to pull forward. She wanted me to buy the sign, and after getting her own sign, she kept bringing up how it's not working. At this point I was over the whole situation and told her to stop bringing it up with me because it's not my responsibility to tell her clients how to use her parking space properly. So am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Perhaps you should buy a sign. Resident parking only. All other vehicles will be towed. All vehicles blocking the driveway will be towed. Let your landlord know what is going on and let them deal with it. Also check city ordinances regarding home-based businesses and seeing clients. Most do not like that. Not the asshole. Is she legally permitted to run a business out of a residential home, especially one that she rents? Edit to add. Yes, it's legal to run her business out of her home in my city. Not the asshole. It's your parking space. If she wants to use it, you might ask her how much she is willing to pay you both to use your property as well as for the inconvenience to you. Not the asshole. You've been polite. I see 3 options. 1. Rent her the parking space during business hours. Make it worth the pita to give up your spot. Hundreds of dollars per month. It has to be worth it to you. 2. Complain to the landlord, city, etc. This is the nuclear option, and will make things bad. 3. Live with it.